The Tomb Raider franchise has always been driven by the power of its lead character, Lara Croft. Over the course of 20+ years, the adventurous heroine has cemented herself as an action icon. Although the previous film adaptations of Lara in the early 2000s certainly had their merits, they didn't quite give fans the definitive on-screen version of the spelunking badass they've always wanted. Well, Tomb Raider 2018 has that problem solved. Alicia Vikander's role as Lara Croft in this film is so sharp that it could stab you. Taking inspiration from the recent rebooted version of the character, Vikander's Lara Croft is strong, but still vulnerable, and awesome without seeming invincible. If we had an award for cool, tough, and well-rounded female action heroes, that award would definitely be called a Ripley, right? Vikander would easily deserve a nomination. To be honest, there are other strong elements to Tomb Raider. The first act of the movie isn't as rushed as most action films, and it gives the story ample time to introduce Lara, her backstory, and where her head is at when we meet her. There are also a number of action beats that are genuinely thrilling. Specifically, a sequence that involves Lara using stealth to infiltrate an enemy camp is the highlight of the film's action. Basically, any action sequence that focuses on Lara instead of bigger spectacle really shines. The other big success is the film's tone. Never once does the movie feel like it's devolving into cartoonish antics or knowing silliness. There's a surprisingly grisly feel, well, not surprising if you played the newest games, that helps punch home some of the nastier moments. With all that said, there are a couple of elements that make Tomb Raider a little shaky. Probably the most prominent is the lead villain, Matthias Vogel, played by Walton Goggins. Goggins is a phenomenal actor who excels at playing in-your-face roles, like Boyd Crowder on Justified. Vogel is an exhausted villain, and that comes across as sleepy with Goggins. It's also necessary to bring up the bigger action set pieces. Whenever the focus pulls further away from Lara and widens to showcase giant destruction, the movie distances itself from the viewer in ways that are in danger of pulling you completely out of the experience. There are also a lot of clunky ways that exposition gets delivered in Tomb Raider. Lara is using her father's notes to lead her to the island where he disappeared. We get a ton of crucial plot points delivered to us in quick lines of voiceover dialogue from Richard Croft, including the setup for the evil organization whose shadow is cast over the entire film. It doesn't help that the film moves at such a breathless pace once Lara reaches the island. It's like someone turns the movie on 2x speed once the first act is over. Granted, that prevents the film from ever being boring, but it also makes the rest of the character elements suffer in comparison to the first act. Along with some tight action scenes and a commitment to its tone, Tomb Raider works well enough to recommend. If the villain was better and the action was even more streamlined, this could be something really great. Here's hoping they iron those problems out in a sequel. If you'd like to read an extended version of this review, check out FANDOM.com.